When is the 300? No. You always wear it. I mean, you don't need it, but I feel better with it on. It's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
You all ready? Yep.
Oh, there's our labor council, or our, that's Melville right there, shaking hands. Top. Ready, please. You need an extra? I'm in first, right? Yes. There you go. Yes, ready. Oh my God. No.
This was from Nancy. This was from Karen. Karen.
8.
We all ready?
Yes.
Maria? Maria? No.
Maria, are you ready? Are you ready? He wants to know.
Ready?
She's the one who takes, so. Are you ready?
Okay.
You ready?
Good evening, everyone. And I'd like to welcome each and every one to tonight's meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order. The time is 7:06. The requirements of the Sunshine Law. This meeting was advertised in the Burlington County Times on January 5th, 2017. Would you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to thank you and welcome each and every one for coming out tonight. I tell you, tonight is truly bittersweet in many instances, but great in the absolute best respect of one of the items that will be on the agenda tonight. And I'm proud that at least I will have an opportunity to be a part of it. At this time, would you all please join me in a moment of silence? Two thoughts as you join me in a moment of silence. One, let's keep in mind those who may have lost their lives and all of the first responders and everyone responding to the train derailment in Seattle. And two, those first responders who are on the front lines and all those who have lost homes in California. And I thank you. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Lopez.
Present.
Committeewoman Smith-Hartman.
Present.
Committeewoman Talisa.
Present.
Committeeman Wisniewski.
Present.
Mayor Daniels.
Here. Thank you. Approve tonight's agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith-Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. I'd like to memorialize the regular meeting minutes on December 4th, 2017.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith-Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. The closed session minutes / workshop minutes on December 4th, 2017.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith-Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes, thank you. Monthly reports and communications are posted on the bulletin board outside in the foyer area for your review. At this time, scheduled appointment. Resolution 152-17, authorized employment contract. This resolution authorizes the mayor to enter into a contract with Stephen Ent, future chief of police. The contract term is from February 1st, 2018 through December 31st, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith-Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. I'd like to thank you all. At this time, it is truly an honor and a pleasure for me to be able to swear in our next chief of police. Now, I say that with a degree of trepidation, knowing who this next gentleman is replacing. He's replacing someone with incredibly big shoes, and I told him it was about a year or so ago, had an opportunity to go down in the basement of the police department, and I saw a ticket book. And it was a ticket book, and it said Patrolman Otto 1. And that was just a reminder of how far back Joe Otto has gone. There will be another day for him for me to make more comments and remarks, but I think I would be remiss if I didn't say something. Now, this next gentleman, I remember from patrol cars, being a PTA, Cub Scout. I think one of the first things that I saw that I thought was incredible that he did outside of wearing the uniform is that he decided to get on a slippery substance called ice with a blade in the middle, and he does this ice skating thing. And I thought that was absolutely incredible. Outside of that, I also realized that at one time in his life that he would put his left hand on the Bible and his right hand in the air. He would swear a solemn and sacred oath, very similar to one that I took back in 1981, and we both would be comrades in arms, if you will, band of brothers by way of service in the United States Air Force. I think it really gets no better than that as, if you will, gentlemen who served in this United States Air Force and wore the uniform with the American patch on the uniforms. It gets no better that as mayor, I have an opportunity to swear him in as our next chief. Without any further ado, I'll take this microphone out. This is nervous. Repeat after me. I, Stephen N.
I, Stephen N.
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and to the governments established in the United States and in this state under the authority of the people, and that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties of
Okay, Steve.
Chief of Police, according to the best of my ability. If you should choose, so help me God. And when you're on the other side of that phone, and there's a prevailing thought in your head, I don't care how you get here, just get here as fast as you can. But if you need a little bit of emotion, I think it's in order tonight. Chief. You know, it's often said that in the military, it's not who we're going to fight, it's what we're going to preserve that's behind us when the order comes. And when you pick up and bear arms, you don't necessarily want to go. You want to stand in commitment born from the duty, oath, and obligation of that blank check that you just wrote. And I think that at some point, future President tense, Steve N. understood that they mattered the most. It is truly humbling for me, and I think ultimately fitting that this oldest daughter present him with something.
No, no, go ahead. You go ahead.
Andre, you're going to kill me. I had to take pictures of my phone. I lost it. I'm sorry.
I'm only going to take a few minutes. There's a lot of difference tonight. I'd like to first thank the current governing body for believing me with this position. I'm sorry you did grand running. I'd like to thank all the previous governing body in the past, all the way back to Mary Dan Miller, who interviewed me back in 1999. I look forward to working with the township administrator along with the other professionals in the township. I'd like to thank Joe Otto for all he's given to the police department in this town for the last 25 years. He's brought so much to this town. His shoes are very hard to fill. Period. Or I'll stop. Period. Thank all my NGOs who showed me the ropes here, Southern Rio and Phil Mandela. I learned a lot about this profession from those two former officers. To all my friends who are here, thank you. It means a lot. If not, support me. My fellow coworkers, this is a new start. We're going to begin to hear West Hampton. We're going to have some great new ideas, and I'm excited to get going. Deferred garage, I look forward to continuing the strong relationship we've had over the last few years. To my family, a big thank you to my mother-in-law and father-in-law for making the trip up and over. My extended family on both sides, thank you. To my parents for the love and support over the last 41 years. If not for you, there's no way to stand here tonight. My little sister, thank you for also being on my side for years. My little brother, who's been side by side with me for the last 40. Our results over the years have made a huge impact on why I'm here tonight. My household family, having a parent as a police officer is one of the hardest things any child has to go through. My three kids, Hannah, Alex, and Jonathan, have been so understanding over the last 14 years. The shift works, in the late nights, the events. I so appreciated the way they handled it over the years. We've become a little grumpy here and there. Promise my wife, Audrey, she deserves a medal for putting up with me. She's been here for years. There were countless times over the past 16 years where she would just say, go. Go to work and do your thing. I got everything to do. It's about me. It's about us. In closing, I look forward to new beginnings as first-class officers and protecting and serving the great town of West Hampton. Happy holidays and thank you again.
Real quick, two thank yous that I had. One, to each and every one of you who come out. Thank you for your things. Special request from each and every one who wears the uniform. There will be easy days and there will be tough days. I think the best days will be those days that when we come together and work together. And that's whether you wear the uniform of West Hampton Township or whether you wear the uniform of another municipality. And it's in that space I would like to thank the chief, lieutenants, and all of the other officers from surrounding municipalities who at the end of the day, when the call goes out, they respond or we respond there for who we're here tonight. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate you guys. Also, we have the county prosecutor who is here.
Our prosecutor.
Our prosecutor who is here tonight. A gentleman that whom I have a lot of respect for, who used to serve here in this court as a judge, and truly had an opportunity to move up, and we are so proud of him, Judge. I'd like to thank him for being here as well. At this time, truly, John, Deputy Mayor, Trish, and...
He always forgets my name.
It's a lot going on here. I want to give them an opportunity to also say a few words, but I wanted to thank you, because tonight didn't have to happen. They allowed it to happen, and in that instance, I really thank my colleagues for allowing me this opportunity, and Chief, for you to that as well.
Trish. Oh, well, yeah, since we have a captive audience, and Steve, you're still here, I didn't get a chance to tell you this before, but I wanted to say that I am pleased and honored to have the opportunity to appoint you as Chief of Police before my term expires as committee woman. So thank you for that. Over the past several years, I have had the pleasure to witness Steve's growth and leadership within the police department, his involvement in the community, and his dedication and commitment to our town. He has also had a great mentor, and that would be Chief Joe Otto. And, I thank you for all your service, all the years that I've known you, and you'll be missed. I have confidence, Steve, that you will do an outstanding job protecting and serving the residents. Thank you.
Steve, you know exactly what I'm going to say. Ditto. Congratulations.
Chief Ent, in the 12 months that I've known you, I've learned to respect you. I see the work that Chief Otto put in. I'm 100% confident that you can do just as good a job, if not better. No disrespect.
He's got a gun, too.
Yeah, but I have an in with the new chief. And I'm looking forward to working with you during my term here. So, thank you.
We all know how brief I am when I deliver remarks. I'm not going to sing all the praises about Chief Otto yet. We're not saying goodbye. He's going to be still close, and we're going to properly send him off, as West Hampton Township should send off every chief that serves with great integrity, service, and loyalty to the community and to the constituents. So, Joe, tonight's not your night, but get ready for it. I look forward to being a part of that. Chief Ent, just hearing that sound tonight, right? Chief Ent. You're probably thinking right now, when you came in as a patrolman Ent, when you rose the ranks to becoming a detective or a lieutenant, and now, tonight, your children, your wife, here, every citizen of West Hampton Township, the county of Burlington County, the state of New Jersey, when they say your name, it's going to be Chief Ent. You deserve it. And I think everyone who's in the room tonight not only knows the credentials, because this man has gone to Quantico, is way prepared and qualified for the position, but he embodies tonight, and what we all felt in this room tonight, that he embodies the best of community policing, and he is truly a service-minded leader. And that's what we have in the West Hampton Township Police Department, and that's what we have in you as the chief of police. So I want to wish you nothing but the best for you, your wife, your children, your family, to the department. May God continue to bless you. And I have a feeling that this is not your climax yet. So the best is truly yet to come for you, and we are excited to be a part of that. So congratulations.
It's truly fitting and honor, if you will, the whole military thing. We recognize the salute as one of the highest formal affirmations. One person can give another person a way of respect at this time, and then we're going to take a break. I'd like to call on Chief Otto to salute you.
Well, before we break for the cake and the celebration out in the front lobby, we want to recognize the two committee members who are no longer going to be with us come January, unfortunately. So,
And we're sorry to hold you hostage to be part of this. And we know that Andre and Committeewoman Talicia, they like a small, quiet stage. So I know this isn't normal for them. So.
Trish, come on up.
Oops, good. No, I'm going down.
And John asked me to roast you while they were getting the plaques.
I didn't ask him, I told him.
I'm sorry.
West Hampton Township would like to present this to Patricia Winsett Talisa, Township Committeewoman, in recognition and with sincere appreciation for your dedicated service to the Township of West Hampton from 2012 to 2017. We're going to miss you.
Now to have myself together a little bit more. This is for the police department, from all of our work that we've done over the years with the rec program, and we've been together for a long time. So with this, we also, with sincere appreciation and recognition of your continuous support and dedication to the men and women of the West Hampton Township Police Department from 2012 to 2017.
Uh-oh.
We also have one from the fire department. Ditto. Thank you for many years, so we're going to miss you and thank you so much.
Trish, Maureen has something as well.
We do.
On behalf of the pesky Republicans.
It's really interesting. I'm a Republican, Abe's a Republican, Trish is a Democrat, and we have had so much fun up here, Trish and I. We've known each other for over 30 years. In fact, I think, Michael, I was your homeroom mother. So despite the fact that we're on different sides of the aisle, we love you. So here's a present for you. Thank you. I'll miss you. Thank you. Thank you. Very much. Wow, really a surprise. I have a whole speech, but I'll do it later.
You're gonna have to wait for us to...
So we're going to make some presentations to the mayor. Oh, you want to say for Trish?
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I thought Abe was gonna
Yeah, we're going to roast.
chime in there. No,
Coins for the bird.
but what I'd like to say about Committeewoman Talicia is thank you for everything that you've done for me from the beginning of my political career. I've confided in Trish a lot. We've had many conversations over the phone, and I trusted her, and I believe that she trusted me. And I just want to thank her for all the advice that she has given me. I didn't know that we were buying presents for outgoing gifts, so whatever you were going to buy me for Christmas, just keep it.
Thank you, John.
I'd like to commend, I want to commend you, Trish, for your years of service, 6 years of service, and I know I'm not easy to put up with. So you deserve,
A medal.
Mo said it. And one thing I admire about Trish, I'd say the last 2 years that I've had the pleasure of serving alongside her, I did not have to guess where you stood on an issue. And that's so respectable these days,
Absolutely.
right? You have politicians that would say one thing before a group and do another thing in private, but public servants are honest about their positions, whether or not you agree with them or you like them. You know where they stand on an issue. So I want to commend you on that, and wish you the best, and enjoy your children. And Trish already gave us a warning, I think at last week's meeting or the previous meeting. You know, she doesn't know what she's going to do with herself with now this free time she's getting, but she says if one of us falls out of place, she'll be at the Township Committee meeting, ready to rock and roll. So congratulations, Trish.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Ditto, Marina?
Oh, ditto.
No, the mayor, the rest of the presentation for the mayor?
Yeah,
I did.
I'm not going to say ditto, because we go back, we actually campaigned together, which simply means that we tore up some shit, like knocking on doors, and, you know, I would just simply say that I would echo the sentiments of the deputy mayor. I've always knew where you stood. You've been there to support me, but more importantly, you always told me what I needed to know. And I think in a job like this, teamwork has absolutely made the dream work. In the end, I would simply like to thank you for the fact that it's not about I. It never was about I in any position that you served in, particularly in our form of government. It's always been about the we, us, and our. And I'll speak on that a little bit later, so it's kind of taken, I'm taking excerpts of what I want to say a little bit later on. But at the end, magic happens when no one cares who gets the credit. And that's how you always been. So I salute you.
Thank you.
We'd also like to recognize you, Mayor Daniels, because you've served the community for so very long, and helped make my transition here as easy as it could be. So in recognition and appreciation, we want to present this plaque to you as mayor from 2014 to 2017, and then continuing from 2009 onward. And we appreciate your dedicated service to the Township of West Hampton.
I got it.
You got it?
Okay, I'll just give it here.
I don't think this is very We just want to also thank Mayor for all his continuous work he's done over the years since 2009. He's been our liaison for the last year, and he's been a tremendous asset to the police department. He's constantly involved with us at every community policing event, and puts a great face on for the town of West Hampton. So with that, we also thank you. The same thing, recognition, your continued support and dedication to the men and women of the police department from 2009 to 2017. Mayor, thank you for everything.
I also want to thank Andre for everything he's done for me in the police department. He's been great to all of us, especially me, in all our community policing events and everything, supporting 100%. So it's my honor to issue Mayor, his official retirement mayor badge, 2009 and 2017, and his life. department's got stuff. One more plaque. Andre and I, we went to certified public manager together. We spent 9 months together in class. Very awkward at times to be in the same room together, discussing personnel issues and other issues together, but we did it. I think we learned a lot about each other in those 9 months. Somebody I consider a friend. After going through a night, I had a problem, so Andre, we're going to miss you. I know it's not the end, but thank you so much for everything. One more, Andre.
We also, on behalf of the Marines Department, myself, have a thoughtful gift for the mayor. I could say a whole lot of things, but I'm just going to say to you, Andre Daniels, on January 2016, we all did something in this township that was quite radical. You had a Democrat become the mayor, you had a Republican become the deputy mayor. Boy, did we get a lot of calls, did we get heat, did the political establishment statewide said, what are you guys on in West Hampton Township to do such a thing? And I think that when elected officials and public servants put people over politics, you can accomplish great things. And it is with, under Mayor Daniels' leadership, that this committee, we can look our neighbors in the eyes that for 2 consecutive years we have not raised taxes and or cut services, reduce the quality of the current services we have, something that has not been done in this township for nearly 13 years. It is under his leadership that we got more active with the faith-based community. We had the prayer unity rallies twice, back-to-back, with the help of the Haven Church. In some of this nation's most tense moments of racial divide, it wasn't any other township in Brunswick County but West Hampton Township to call the community and the people to prayer and unity. We did that here in West Hampton Township. I could go on, and I just want to say thanks for being crazy and for putting people first over politics and believing in me. I still believe in you, and I know this is not the last that we've heard from Mayor C. Andre Daniels. The best is yet to come. God bless you. God bless your family. Thank you.
I don't have a whole lot to say, but you have to open up your gift. Right now, in front of everybody.
We're all friends here, right? As long as it's not 6 stories.
Yes, for those of you who don't know, he's very long-winded, and we have a limited time to all the people in the audience, so I decided it was appropriate, with the help of Trish, to remind me that he only took 3 minutes too. So there was a 3-minute timer.
And it's great.
Sure. I thought that the deputy mayor was going to roast him, so that's what I was really.
I got a few roasts.
That was great.
Well, chime in.
You needed to speak in.
Mayor Daniels is a good man. I like to call him Andre. What can I say about the guy who already says everything about himself? Too much? I'll scale it back. I'll scale it back. Too much? Andre, I just want to say thank you for all the input and advice you have given me. We're up here, we're all colleagues. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree, sometimes we love each other, sometimes we hate each other. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I truly think that we're friends, and moving forward, I hope we continue that relationship. In my opinion, you're a true public servant, and I just want to say thanks for everything that you did for West Hampton, and thanks for all the advice you've given me.
Congratulations. It's time for you all to leave. Next.
I know everyone has to leave, and I'm going to
Next.
we're going to go out and have something right here.
Hold on.
You ever get through?
No, hold on. All right, go.
And that's what I'll say later, or will be in less. If you know me, and Craig knows me, Joe knows me, and it's funny, because when I became mayor, it all of a sudden became chief and mayor, and then one day God said to me, we're friends. And I said, you're right, Joe, you're right, Craig. And that's what it's been. Andre, Joe, Craig, and with everybody else, it's because we're like family here. Being a retired Air Force veteran just simply means that I'm a person, for the most part, on a fixed income. But it also means that I've come by way of some really great stuff, some really great knowledge. And I remember one day I read something, and it was a quote by Andrew Carnegie. And he would just want to simply say that you can take away my millions, but leave me with my people. For it's with my people I'll make my millions secure. From the Nancy Berkeley's to Gary's, to
Janet.
my colleagues up here, to everyone who thought it was not robbery to come out here, even to those who were most critical and hollered at me from this side of the dais and attacked me. In the end, it made me better. Because even someone in their most emotional state has something to offer. And in this job of being a leader, it just requires that you listen a little bit more. Dad once said, son, you got 2 years in one mouth. Listen twice as much. I think if anything I've learned was to just listen as I talk about myself. And perhaps close. Once, twice, to every person. To the person who will pick up a piece of paper in West Hampton Township and turn out the light at the end of the night. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and I salute you all. We're going to go outside for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back in and resume
But
the
having my speech.
No, you just decide.
look, you still got
28.
Wait, now, way to roast me.
Okay. Back in order. I'd like to thank everyone for extending the liberty of allowing us to just take a few minutes of celebration time. Moving right along. At this time, I would like to open the meeting to the public for comment on agenda items only. We're open. Carrie?
Evening. It's Gary Bavarian, 138 Winstead. Just a couple of things that caught my eye. The first one is agenda item 14H. (155-17). That's the resolution authorizing the appointment of the investigator, Madden.
Correct.
And the item that caught my eye was in the info packet. Should come up on the scan. I think it's page 64. It's actually the letter, which I believe is the agreement from Madden and Madden. And something that caught my eye, I wanted to bring it to your attention. 2 things in that letter, that agreement. If you want to look at it at the same time.
Okay. Okay, Gary, I will tell you that we are going to amend that,
Okay.
so I don't know if the comments that you made is germane or not, but it probably, why don't you go ahead and speak to it, and let's see.
Third paragraph, there was a reference to Lumberton. I'm guessing that was a botched cut and paste job on behalf of the drafter of the agreement. And then also, the fourth paragraph was about the remuneration, and maybe that's something you're going to be addressing. Because the resolution talks about a different figure, this one actually doesn't mention it, so I thought there was a little bit of incongruency there.
If I can through the mayor, what the mayor was suggesting, I'll just flat out say it, we're going to make a motion to go with our solicitor to conduct the investigation instead of hiring outside counsel.
That moots it then. Perfect.
Right.
And very briefly, second, this also caught my eye, the ordinance, I have agenda item 15A, it's 16-2017. This is the second reading of the ordinance on the order to repair.
Sidewalks.
Yeah. The only issue that I saw was that in that section 212-21 order repair, the fourth line down, it starts with, quote, "to be served upon the owner," and then you have correlative conjunction in there, "or the occupant." That word is never mentioned in any other place in the ordinance. It's confusing because you're only using the word owner, but here you're using the word owner or occupant. So I'd like you to maybe take a look at that, number one. Number two, you amended the cure period to consider extenuating circumstances beyond 30 days. However, if you look at section 212-22, notice of violation, the second line doesn't mention that additional option to have a exemption for the cure period. I think you need to go back and reconsider that. So that's just what I wanted to raise to your attention.
Okay.
Make sense?
No, it does make sense, especially from the owner or occupant. So theoretically, it could be someone leasing
Renting.
or renting.
Yeah. Just have congruency in the syntax of the language.
Should be owner.
Okay,
Should
all
also
right,
owner.
thank you.
And the extension for the 30 days, I guess that was just an oversight, because we had
Extended.
we had to put it in one section of the
Yep.
ordinance, so.
Okay, closed.
Any other public comment? Ms. Curran?
Hi, I'm 123 Main Street. With the resolution H-5517, authorized appointment of an investigator with a township employee being harassed with harassment. Would you explain that a little bit to me, who this is and why we are pursuing someone that feels they've been harassed and the residents don't know anything about it?
Right. Ms. Curran, only because it's a legal matter that's pending investigation. What I can tell you is that this, as the gentleman before you spoke to, and the deputy mayor so aptly pointed out, that we are going to amend that so that our solicitor will look at that. I can tell you that it's too soon. We absolutely know nothing. There was a complaint, and we're doing our necessary due diligence to follow this. And that's the reason why we need to appoint someone to look at it and investigate it.
So eventually the residents will know what is happening.
Well, to the extent as
Legally,
applicable
it's
by
not.
law.
Okay, legally.
Right.
If some type of public action is taken by this body, you'll know about it because it'll be taken here. If it's something, if there's private details that can't be made public, that'll be done. But if they have to take action, it will be done in front of you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Any other public comment? I'm sorry. Mr. Mumbai? Good evening.
Hi, John.
29 Lancaster Drive. In regard to the 15A ordinance, the second reading, has been any consideration as far as the effect or the deterioration of our roads of having on people's aprons that may be contributing to the deterioration of, say, my apron? For instance, in front of my house, the roadway is so deteriorated. I mean, I got, it's about this thick, the roadway, and it's constant through the freezing and so forth through the winters. it keeps chipping away and breaking away to the point completely out front, it's worn away. So I'm thinking, what if that contributes to the deterioration of my apron? Has the township considered, these types of things before they, come to me and say I need to repair my apron, as far as the roadway being in such a position that it contributed to my apron deteriorating?
All right. Thank you for that. What I would suggest is, Maria, you heard Mr. Mumbauer's concern from the street perspective, and Mrs. Solicitor, perhaps if there's some language that's in there that needs to be reviewed. I guess the whole issue is one of a contributory nature, that if there's a sidewalk that, you follow me?
Yeah, we can look at it. It's difficult to address every possible scenario in an ordinance. You try to leave some leeway for the enforcer to kind of make that decision.
And our code official and our zoning officer official right now, Mr. Blair, is very understanding of all factors that go in. We're not a police state. We definitely work with owners and consider the condition. And as our engineer could probably say, sometimes when we get road repairs, we are able to throw in the repair of the apron at the same time as we did on Holly Lane in certain circumstances. So, but it's important to have it in the ordinance for other situations.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mumbauer, for that. Any other public comment? Any other public comment?
Resolutions. The ordinance A16, 2017, for the amend chapter of 212, sidewalk, second readings. I know this is a second reading tonight, and that everyone is responsible for their sidewalks. I happen to have a sidewalk in front of my house. It's been there for about 80 years. And you also know that there's many in the village that have no sidewalks. There's not even a path. And that there's people in West Hampton that cannot afford to repair their sidewalks, but yet they're responsible. If someone falls, they can have a suit against them. I mean, can the township help any of these families, residents that cannot maintain their curbs? The aprons are very expensive. We just had ours done a couple years ago. Is there any way that you can come up with an answer with people that are responsible for their sidewalks and the curbing? I mean, the curbing in the village is very little curbing, period. But there's a lot of people that cannot afford what I can. I'm not saying a lot of money, but I have to keep my sidewalks so that no one trips. And there's a lot of sidewalks, if you walk through West Hampton, that they are waiting for an accident to happen. The families can't afford to fix them. Can you help the families?
Yeah, I would simply say, Ms. Kern, that I don't have an answer for that at all. I think that's the spirit and the intent of the ordinance from a responsibility standpoint, notwithstanding the fact that I understand the concern of those who might find themselves in economic distress and their ability to maintain, but those are two separate issues. And I probably should just shut up at this point and not get myself in any further damage but I am sympathetic to the scenario that you have advanced, but the spirit and the intent is that across the community we have to have a uniform set policy and ordinance in terms of maintaining aprons and sidewalks. I'm sure when something should happen from a specific standpoint, then it will meet legal review.
And Andre, just to clarify, that would kind of be the exception that we did add. We added an exception that wasn't just for weather, it was really just for any reason. If you can't make the repair within the 30 days, they can request an extension. There's no limit put in there to the extension, so there is the ability, if weather doesn't allow it, if I guess, finances, if you guys see fit, doesn't allow it. If there's some reason that the 30 days can't be met, they can seek relief for that.
Okay, all right, there you go. Thank you, Ms. Curran. Any other public comment? Thank you for public comment. Moving right along.
Mayor, just a point of privilege.
Sure.
The chief, I know the men and women of the police department all together. If the chief is not opposed, do you want to join the men and women?
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
Thank
Sorry.
you. This time, there's no old business for tonight. New business. Proclamation in support of the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over 2017 year-end holiday crackdown. I'm not going to read it verbatim, but just would encourage all citizens that when you drive, please put your seatbelt on. That little buzzer that goes off and make that annoying noise is there for a reason. Fire EMS report. Chief? Mr. Fire Marshal, you got any problems? No, sir. Not tonight? Thank you, sir. Police report, Chief? Nothing. Chief, just like to salute Officer Einstein. Officer Einstein was part of a Marine Corps team. From what I understand, all of the services had an opportunity to go over to Iceland. And basically, it's a Ironman type competition that lasts over 24 hours. That is basically Ironman on steroids, the best of the best. Marine Corps, Army, Navy, Marines, and Marine Corps won. And Officer Einstein was very integral in that win. And not only was he integral in that win, but he also was able to document it and share with those of us who followed him on his page. So I'd like to salute the Marine Corps and Officer Einstein and his team and all those that was involved in that. I think that's just great for our community and for our police department. Moving right along, Public Works, Parker? Okay, thank you, sir. Moving right along to resolutions. Resolution 147-17, payment of vouchers. This resolution approves the payment of bills through December 15, 2017.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez?
Yes.
Smith Hartman?
Yes.
Talisa?
Yes.
Wisniewski?
Yes.
Daniels?
Yes. Resolution 148-17, transfer of appropriation funds. This resolution permits transfers between line items that have excess funds to those that are insufficient.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez?
Yes.
Smith Hartman?
Yes.
Talisa?
Yes.
Wisniewski?
Yes.
Daniels?
Yes, thank you. Resolution 149-17, imposed lien. This resolution imposes liens on homes that West Hampton Township Public Works had to mow during the 2017 year due to high grass and weeds.
Motion.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Lopez?
Yes.
Smith Hartman?
Yes.
Talisa?
Yes.
Wisniewski?
Yes.
Daniels?
Yes. Thank you. Resolution 150-17, authorized employment contract. This resolution authorizes the mayor to enter into a contract with Parker Smith III, the Public Works Director. The terms are from 10/23/17 through 3/31/19.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez?
Yes.
Smith Hartman?
Yes.
Talisa?
Yes.
Wisniewski?
Yes.
Daniels?
Yes. 151-17, Chapter 159. This resolution approves the insertion of a special item of revenue into the 2017 budget in the amount of $16,948.96.
Motion.
Second.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Just finishing out, 2015 recycling tonnage grant. We have a first, we have a second. Do we have any discussion? No discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez?
Yes.
Smith Hartman?
Yes.
Talisa?
Yes.
Wisniewski?
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Resolution 15317, authorize award of contract. This resolution authorizes the award of a contract to a tax appraiser as necessary due to the failing health of West Hampton Township's appraiser, making him unable to continue to represent the township. The cost of the appraisal services will range from $12,000 to $16,000.
Motion.
Second.
Do I have any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Resolution 154-17, authorize a site investigation. This resolution approves the award of work to CME Associates in the amount of $24,135 for assessment and site investigation of the Scharf property, Block 604, Lots 2, 3, and 4. The proposed investigations are part of a due diligence inquiry into environmental conditions at the site in coordination with the Green Acres Planning Incentive Grant.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Resolution 155-17, authorize appointment of an investigator. This resolution appoints Madden,
No.
Yeah, I'm going to make a motion that we amend Resolution 155-17, authorizing Solicitor Mamaro to pursue the investigation of the alleged harassment of West Hampton Township employee and paid from the Township Solicitor, whatever line item we use currently for the Township Solicitor.
You have to make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
No.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Thank you. Moving right along. Resolution 156-17, Borough Code GIF surplus funds. This resolution directs the distribution of funds that total $28,616 that West Hampton Township will receive. $18,616 will be used as a credit towards our 2018 premium, and $10,000 will be applied to the fund's aggregate excess loss contingency fund.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Lopez.
Yes.
Smith Hartman.
Yes.
Talisa.
Yes.
Wisniewski.
Yes.
Daniels.
Yes. Thank you. Ordinance 16-2017, amend Chapter 212, Streets and Sidewalks. This is a second reading. This ordinance requires owners of property abutting sidewalks to be responsible for the repair and maintenance of the sidewalks and driveway aprons. As this is a second meeting, we move it, correct? Move it and then open? What say you?
Motion.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Like to open to the public? Ms. Karen?
Mayor Daniels and Trish. This will be the last time this year that we'll be in this room together. And it's been a long time. Andre, I've been with you for many years. Very proud of decisions that you made and some that I was against. But you have been an awesome person to know. I campaigned for you at one time, and you've meant a lot to our township, and I thank you very much for the decisions that you did make and the decisions that I didn't take. Trish, I've known you because your brother was with the Willingboro Police Department when my husband was at the Edgewater Park State Police Barracks, and got to know who you were. And I was in favor of things that you said and things that you didn't. But I don't think we're ever going to agree on everything. But I think when we come in here in 18, 2018, I hope to see the same work that's been going on for the past couple of years. And I think if everyone works, whatever party you're with, that you vote with what is on your mind, not with what is on your party's mind. But again, Andre, Mayor,
Thank you.
and Trish, I thank you so much, and give your nieces and nephews my love.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Janet.
Any other questions? Any other questions? I close. Committee questions?
Just a point of clarification from the solicitor, with the comments that were made earlier by our constituents, can we consider them grammatical in nature?
Yeah, they're not substantive in nature. One of them was just clarification as to owner and occupant or occupant, and then adding the 30-day or the extension of time down to the enforcement section. So, yeah, I mean, it's just grammatical Scrivener stuff that can be changed.
Okay.
Great.
Any other concerns? No? Roll call, please.
Lopez?
Yes.
Smith Hartman?
Yes.
Talisa?
Yes.
Wisniewski?
Yes.
Daniels?
Yes. Thank you. Correspondence, 2018 West Hampton Township meeting dates. Who cares? I'll hope you get. I can't. Just joking. Maria, do you care to enumerate on that? Or is, Marion, is that just something that's just there?
Just maybe take note. Just take note of the website, if I can. Just take note of the website. There's going to be some changes.
Is it still Monday night, Tuesday night?
It's still Monday night, Tuesday nights, but there's some fewer meetings, I believe, in the winter month and in the summer month, if I'm not mistaken. That's the only difference.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
There's going to be fewer meetings in the month of December. We're going to just move to one meeting instead of two meetings in the month of December. And I believe in the summer month of June, I think we're also moving to one meeting instead of two meetings. That's the only change.
It's all right.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And for the camera's edification, I absolutely do care. Dates to remember.
He's a man.
Tuesday, December the 19th. Thursday, December the 21st. West Hampton Emergency Services, Santa around town. I warned the guys that I'll kind of be hanging out for a little bit, a couple turns, next couple days.
Here's this phone.
It's always a fun time. Thank you. Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018, at 6 p.m., West Hampton Township reorganization meeting. Please, tell your friends, neighbors, everyone, if we can come out and support that night.
Yeah, and that one, you want to, sorry, with the mayor's permission, you want to make an emphasis that it's the meeting starting at 6 p.m. I know we normally meet at 7 p.m., so please come out and be here on time for a 6 p.m. meeting start. The Township Committee meeting for January 2nd, the reorganization is going to be at 6 p.m.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, January 20th, 2018, is an orientation for municipal officials. This will be in Mount Laurel, 8:30 a.m. Any other dates to remember?
When are they going to be put into the paper and finalized?
The dates, meeting dates for next year?
January 5th.
Okay, so I question because in December, the HBC is the day after Christmas.
You could always cancel it. You could always cancel it. You could always cancel your meeting. Pardon?
I was thinking of making it the week before instead of the day after Christmas.
You want to change it now?
I don't have the authority, but we're going to meet on Wednesday.
All right, you have to let me know, if so.
Thursday morning.
I figured you just might cancel it, or you might not have any business, so.
That would be.
Yeah, just let me know. I could still change it, because, it's not going to get...
You're not going to wait.
January 5th. We do that every year. We try to keep it on January 5th. That's all what Donna did. That way it was easy to remember.
I'll let you know next Thursday.
Okay.
I have one date on January 9th, Tuesday, from 6:30 to 7:30. The Rancocas Communities Aligned for Substance Awareness, our CASA, which is a side project I'm involved with outside of work, is having our 2018 kickoff meeting. It needs to be, we would like to get as many people in from the public to get ideas for the next year to kind of enliven if interest in DARE and all that stuff has kind of fallen by the wayside in the schools. We want to have more involvement with the middle school. So if anyone's around on January 9th.
January 9th. Here?
Yes, here in the meeting room. I'll publicize it on Facebook. I haven't had a chance to talk to you.
Any other dates?
So the Hampton Board of Education reorg is January 3rd at 7 p.m. The Great Oaks Valley Board of Education reorg is January 9th at 7, which does conflict with something I talked about with the kickoff at the same time. Unfortunately, I reached out to RV, but of course I didn't put it to their board event. And then I'm always going to promote our PTO at Hampton PTO meeting January 18th at 7 p.m.
Thank you, Ms. Hines. Any other public comment? Dates? Dates, okay, moving right along. At this time, I would like to open the meeting for public comment. We're open. Yes, sir.
We have to do bills?
Baron 138 Winstead. I went to the Willingboro MUA rate hearing. It was held on the 6th. A couple of things I just sort of observed that I wanted to pass along. Their agenda was not published. I think their website was very clunky. I had a hard time kind of figuring out what their agenda was. And I just made a suggestion to the commissioners that if they had a good relationship with our township, that they would actually send over the agenda earlier, and that we would make arrangements to grab that hyperlink and put it up somewhere on their website. I hope I wasn't overstepping to suggest that, but I couldn't find it. And their suggestion was, if you want the agenda, call. But this was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:30 in the afternoon. That's not really practical. So that was just one observation. The second one was that the rate hearing was scheduled at 4:30 p.m. Here's the notice of public hearing. It actually says 6 p.m. A member of the public did raise that, but they objected and said the meeting was scheduled to be held at 4:30, so they were going to hold that hearing no matter what. Here's the agenda, and they actually moved up the rate hearing to get it as quickly as possible close to that 4:30 time period start.
Wow.
And I could slow walk it. I thought maybe you might come, Mayor, and one of the commissioners said they had heard from you, that you might be attending it, but by 4:40, that rate hearing was concluded.
Actually, I'm glad that you had an opportunity to attend. I was supposed to be at that meeting, but as life would have it, I had an emergency and was unable to make it. And I believe it was Commissioner Evans that I actually reached out to him, told him that I would be unable to. I think that in the future, the next administration possibly should look at engaging the Willingboro municipal utilities and to have some sort of, if nothing else, informal relationship.
I agree, and that was the other observation was one of the township committee men of Willingboro was in attendance. To his credit, he goes and attends these meetings, and he pays close attention to line items that's affecting their township budget. And to the credit of the MUA, they were sort of pushing back on the dollar figure that he's sort of asking about. So he's certainly interested in his constituents, and I think it would be very helpful for the next administration to have a portfolio to either go to these meetings at either Mount Holly or Willingboro, because we have no voice there, as you know. I was the only person from West Hampton, and I'm a nobody. So I'm just saying that I think in the future it would be helpful. And here's the second piece to this. Our businesses are a source of revenue to Willingboro because our businesses are reaching out to Willingboro to use their telecommunications array on top of their water tower. So I think it'd be kind of an interesting idea to see, well, A, is that a real viable business interest need in our community? And, could we build like a sort of a mini version of the Eiffel Tower here? And that way we can keep our businesses sort of investing in our community. So that was sort of my other observation around that. And I asked the Chief to kind of stick around. Thanks for sticking around, Chief. I'll try to be very brief. I have something for just 3 members of the committee, or I'm sorry, 3 folks in the car came on. So Trish, I have something for you. You want to come down?
Oh, that's so nice.
I actually went on to YouTube to learn how to
I thought you went on YouTube to learn how to rap. I was going to say. I could do a beat.
Oh, my gosh. This is like Christmas.
I know.
And there will be fireworks after tonight's ceremony.
So what did you think?
Comedy.
Yes, I
I'd
think
love
it
to
should.
see it.
Yeah.
Inquiring minds want to know. You need a pen? Here, give me his cape.
All right. He kept them.
Oh, thank you for pointing that out.
Thank you.
Thank
They're
you.
nice of you. I say trash.
It's actually really cool.
Oh, that's neat. Wow, that's
What
awesome.
is it? What is it?
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
So I've been coming to the meetings, and I'll just briefly explain. So today is December the 18th, correct?
Thank you.
So what is the significance of December the 18th for the state of New Jersey?
Give me a
Today is New Jersey's birthday, the day we signed on the Declaration of Independence.
No, close, close. 230 years ago, December the 18th, 1787, New Jersey was the third state to ratify the United States Constitution.
That was it.
So I've been coming to the meetings, and I've been listening and observing, and I thought it was very appropriate on December the 18th to give you what you swore to preserve, protect, and defend, which is our Constitution.
Very nice.
But one thing that, you know, from just sitting in the audience, and like I said, I'm a total nobody here, right? So the one thing that I did see that all of you really took very seriously, and you'll notice that I put some stamps on those constitutions. It took me a little while to find these stamps, but the ones in the middle are the representatives from Norman Rockwell's The Four Freedoms, commissioned in 1943. And I put the freedom of speech at the top. You have always, from what I observe, always protected our right to speak. And I thank you.
Gary.
Also, protecting us from fear. And your engagement with our youth and our seniors and our veterans from want. And Mayor, with your relationship with the faith community, our freedom of worship. And that really meant a lot to me. And I wanted to make it personal. You can see on the bottom there. I tried to make it really personal, some things that I picked up listening. So on Mayor, I don't know if you saw some of the items there. And there's an Easter egg on each one of your constitutions there. But Mayor, your service in the U.S. Air Force. I found the 50th anniversary stamp commemorating the U.S. Air Force, and I put it on there for you.
Oh, my God.
You also have Southeast Asia, not only.
Yeah, the service in the Gulf War that you were a part of, and then also the state of New Jersey's commemoration of the Constitution ratification on there as well. Chief, I put the American Creed on there for you, and also a Gruff the Crime Dog. And there's an old 6-cent stamp called Law and Order. It's a policeman gripping the hand of a youth, and your service with the youth in particular. Your advocation to protect our recreation, our open space, and the environment, that meant something to me. So you also talked a lot, Mayor, about Martin Luther King. He was a great American, and I'm so glad that we have the opportunity to have such a diverse committee. And one of my heroes, the Easter egg for you, is Frederick Douglass.
There's one here, Gary, registering the vote. My children can tell you how strongly I feel about that. They know that when I would go to the voting booth, that I was going to check, see if they had signed in when they became adults. And even to this day now, they know how important it is to vote on that day when you have a stamp, register and vote.
And the state flower and state bird of New Jersey. So it meant a lot to me, just sitting here, listening, and I tried to be observant and pick up on what I learned from you all, and your commitment, your patriotism, your dedication, and your service. So, like I said, I'm a nobody.
No, stop
But
saying that.
it meant a lot to me, and I wrote a little note to you all there, and I hope that you shared these with your kids, and maybe you can look it up on the computer and find out what the stamps all mean. I thought that'd be kind of fun, and maybe in the future you bequeath it to somebody else. So
That's very nice.
I have the great honor of being able to say thank you. I'm very grateful. So I will bow to you.
That's amazing.
Come up there and take a picture. Hold up your plaque, Trish.
Send it to me, Craig, okay?
There's actually 3.
Photo bomb.
4.
You'll clock me.
Very nice.
Just edit us out.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
No problem. When there's a scene where the girls take a nap, and they show you a cutaway from the school, and there's a sundial, and it says, "Do not squander time. That is the stuff life is made of."
Uh-huh.
So thank you very much.
What a night, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Now I feel really bad for not getting a present.
I was not expecting that, and thank you.
That was awful.
Thank you, Gary.
Very, very
All right,
considerate.
it's the public's time now, and I'll have a chance to say a few words.
You've already said a few words.
Any other
Roasted.
any other public comment? Ms. Mumbai?
Mayor Trish, congratulations on your retirement, I guess, for lack of a better word. And thank you very much for, all the years of service, and just conversations that we had throughout the years. But Mr. Mayor, specifically for you, considering the conversations we had both here and outside, at the RV football game against Lenape, and so forth, I'd just like to read this. I just want to thank you for your years of service to the committee, to the township, and to me. It's my opinion that you treated all the committee people and the residents with respect and courtesy. You always demonstrated your willingness to work with both Republicans and Democrats in the interest of residents and employees. At times, you and I have not agreed. I'm starting to need these things. At times, you and I have not always agreed on an issue or two. However, you listened without interrupting and always sought to mend our differences. You always conducted yourself professionally during our township meetings. Your presence there in the middle of our committee was a welcome change. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
I'll see you in a little bit, John. Thank you. Any other public comment? Thank you, one and all, for your public comment. Comment from committee members? Fire Marshal?
Congratulations to the chief.
Uh-oh.
You guys need backup?
Mayor, if any woman I would, I will pull your vote to stop personally.
I think we want to hear it.
Can't wait. Thank you, sir. Art?
Just congratulations to everybody. It's been awesome working with both of you over the years. Joe, I mean, that's I know, and I know we're going to see
all year round still in some of the
Not saying goodbye.
Mhm.
There you go.
Parker, I'm sorry.
I want to wish everybody congratulations on their future endeavors.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Chief?
Just want to congratulate Chief Ben, and I know Trish and Andre, we've spoken already, both know how I feel about it, but I wish you nothing but the best in the future endeavors, and I wish everybody a very happy holiday and happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Solicitor?
Nothing additional, just want to thank both Trish and Andre for allowing me to serve you guys over the past 2 years, and I wish you guys both the best.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Best of luck in your next endeavors, Trish and Andre. I enjoyed working with both of you. And I know your phone numbers by heart. They'll probably be hearing from me. Congratulations to Chief Ed. I look forward to working with them for doing a good show. Happy holidays.
Thank you. Marion?
Gonna miss you, Trish. Nice working with you.
Thank you.
Gonna miss you, Andre, as well. It's been years. Miss you, Joe, as well. You know, 3 people that gave a lot of their time to West Hampton Township and, you know, made it a better place to live. And happy holidays to everybody and a happy new year.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure working for you. And congrats to everyone on either retirement and or promotions. So have a great holiday and good New Year.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir?
As usual, I want to thank everybody for coming out, taking time out of their day to come out. Department heads, keep up the good work. Congrats to the new Chief Ent and Parker Smith on his contract. I know that there's a lot of sunshine out there, and everybody's forgetting about you, but keep up the good job that you're doing over there. Trish and Andre, it's been a pleasure. I wish you guys the best of luck, and everybody enjoy Christmas.
I think I already said some things tonight, but I've been sitting next to Trish for the last 2 years, but I've known her for a lot of years, and I've really enjoyed sitting next to her. We kind of chuckle a lot sitting up here. We take our job seriously, of course, but we also have a good time. I've known Andre. Oh, one more thing about Trish. She really does care about our town. She is so town-oriented. She's never been selfish in her thinking. It's never for her own good. It's always been for the good of the people, and I really appreciated that.
Thank you.
Right.
I should have had you write my speech.
Ditto. That's going to be our new thing. And Andre and I go back. We have kids in the same. Raina,
Vicky, and
Eddie. Yeah. Well, we go back a lot of years, and we always planned on doing a golf tournament together. I went out and bought 120 golf balls, but it never happened. What's that?
We'll still do it.
Yeah, but I don't work for that company anymore. So anyway, but Andre is really a wonderful guy. Really enjoyed talking with him. He's a little long-winded, but you know, what are you going to do? I wish both of you nothing but the best. Congratulations to Steve and congratulations to Joe. I think I'm very jealous of Joe. Parker, on your contract. Gary, I think that it's just so beautiful what you did with these 3. I'm really, everybody's touched by it. It's just beautiful that you took all that time, effort. I'm just curious what you're going to do with me next year.
Start thinking, right?
I'll get nothing because I do nothing. Anyway, that's it. Merry Christmas. I'm not afraid to say Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Go Eagles. And then I'm done.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor?
I'll be brief again. I want to congratulate Parker for his receipt of the contract. Congratulations. Wish you all the best. The department needs good leadership and strong leadership, so we're here to help you, and we want to ensure your success. So congratulations on that. As I always say with Joe, we're going to give you a right go away and send away. So I'm going to reserve my remarks for that day. for the mayor and for Committeewoman Talisa. Your community service, your love for the township did not begin when you took an oath for a Township Committee. And it's not going to end on this, your final meeting on the Township Committee. It's not. We need folks to continue to care about this township, to continue to be concerned about the well-being of the township. And I think knowing the both of you as well as I've come to know you both, this is not going to be the last meeting or the last time I'm going to be hearing from you guys. And I sincerely mean that, and I hope you can continue to mentor and opine on us who are staying behind. When we're doing it right, encourage us and let us know, hey, you guys are doing a really good job. And when we're doing it wrong, and we do need a polite reminder of how to, hey, get to the people's business. And if you have any tips, I'm sure all of us are willing to receive it. Lord knows I am. So congratulations. God bless you guys. God bless your families for putting up with this the last 6 years. Every election is not easy. Receiving those calls or those mailers and the Facebook and all of that, it's not easy. So God bless you all. Enjoy your mom again. And Andre, enjoy your children again. That's all I got.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's a record.
Thank you.
And the committee, if okay with you all, we'd like to have you keep your nameplates so you guys can take that as a nice souvenir tonight.
Awesome. And just in case you might want to come out retirement, we'll save money.
We'll save taxpayer money.
Nicely put.
Sharon, I have to call you when I get done. She's called me 5 times. Sharon, I have to call you when I'm done.
Put it on speakerphone.
Thanks. She just called me 5 times, and then she FaceTimed me twice.
As if the 5 calls wasn't enough.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Trish?
Oh, so now I'll.
Are we going to cry?
No.
Okay.
No. It's everything you said. Like I said,
Oh, okay.
you could have done my speech for me. Now, saying goodbye is never easy, but saying thank you is. Allow me to take a few moments to express my gratitude to you, the residents of West Hampton, and ones that are, I guess, at home, looking up there. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to represent you and to be your voice for the past 6 years. You believed in me, and the confidence you placed in me, and the ability to lead, and for that I am grateful. Also, I had a surprise this evening where my son and my daughter, I knew they had activities going on tonight, but somehow it looks like they played hooky and they came here to surprise me. But it means a lot to me because the two of you began this journey with me back 6 years ago. We had no idea of what was ahead, but, you gave me your support and your love, and you have been on this journey with me for 6 years. The highs, the lows, and how fitting that they would be here on the last evening. They stuck it out with me for 6 years, and as you can see, they're still talking to me, and they are here. So, Michael and Elisa, thank you for your love, your support, and your belief in your mother. Aww. Really appreciate it. A little bit, when taking the oath to serve office, I knew the tremendous responsibility that I was handed. It was, believe me, it's not glamorous or easy. Very hard sitting up here. The hours of hard work require a lot of stamina, commitment, dedication to ensure that proper decisions are made for the residents of West Hampton. I spent a great deal of time doing research on all issues affecting the town, regardless of them being big or small, they were all important. After doing my homework, I reviewed the options, and then I made my decisions. And I stood by them. And many people have said that this evening, that I stood by them, and I, in spite of even people that wasn't popular with some of the residents. It would have been a lot easier to change my vote, but that's not me. So I stuck with my belief and my conviction, and what I believed was best for the community. And I'm glad to see that a lot of the residents and, people that I've worked with realize that is me. You could always count on me, and where I stood on my issues. Those of you who stay informed and are active in the community, and especially the people that I've been working with, know that I am not one for accolades and accomplishments, and I don't look for recognition and headlines. And look at tonight. That went out the window. But it really is not me. I am not the type that's into political aspirations. I just care about the town and what's best for the town. That is me. The town's needs are always my priority, and you know that I stand my ground on what I believe. And I guess in essence, you can say that my actions define me. And a few other things. As I stated in the past years, and I would like to repeat it again, this town is growing. Like it or not, it's growing. Times are changing. We have to embrace change and use it to our benefit. If not, we will be left behind and could possibly face some repercussions as a town. And we must work together, not against each other. Our common goal must be to keep West Hampton a great place to live. I love this town. I truly will miss the interaction with so many dedicated people that actually serve us on a daily basis. So that would be the fire and EMS, fire police, police department, public works, township administrator, township clerk, my committee members, department heads. It was a pleasure working with you and getting to know you on a personal level over the years. Thank you for that. I enjoyed my time as an elected official. Serving you was a humbling and a rewarding experience. But there were times when it was absolutely exhausting and very frustrating. We all know that no matter what you do or how good your intentions are, you cannot please everyone. It has been a journey of highs and some lows. So in closing, I was touched by the outpouring of thanks and gratitude from many people and for my service to the town. And tonight, I was speechless. I just so overwhelmed, and I'm so thankful for the appreciation. And it meant a great deal for a few people that actually had asked me if I consider returning to public office after my brief hiatus. But for now, I will return to being a proud resident of West Hampton. Wishing everybody a very happy and healthy New Year and a beautiful Christmas and holiday season. Thank you.
Whoa, can you follow that, Andre? You have words?
No. Whew.
Oh, no.
Recently,
No, not tonight.
no, and it's, I think, and I like to thank each of you. Ordinarily, we may have been out here on a lucky night, 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Sometimes I think you just got to take the time for the important things in life. If we say we are a family, we are in fact a community. This night, this moment will only ever happen once in life.
Mm-hmm.
The next moment that as a community we will have will be January 2nd. And we all should be out here to encourage, to inspire, and to champion those. Perhaps if we come out as a community like we should, the jail will be intensified, that in fact, our community will be what it needs to be. Real quick, I received the message from a brother of mine. We share a fraternity. And he would just simply say that words that shouldn't be used by leadership. I, my, or mine, or me. He said that words that should be used by leadership were we, our, and us. I've had an opportunity to be a PTA president, a Cub Scout pack leader, chairman, a school board member, a committeeman, and in fact, a mayor in West Hampton Township. It's been a mercurial journey filled mostly with success. I remember, or I don't remember, necessarily raising my hand to be any of them. I was simply asked by a community and a people who thought I had the necessary skills and or capacity, that in fact I mattered, and in serving others I would find a passion that would fuel my purpose in life. The people of West Hampton elected me as a Democrat, but all expected I should govern from an inclusive perspective, perhaps if for no other night, and for the camera and for those who may look at this video at a later date. My mandate was always real simple. If I shook your hand, if I broke bread, if in fact I called you a neighbor in West Hampton Township, it really didn't matter what side of the political aisle you were on. There were Democrats that I agreed or disagreed with, and it would be Republicans that I would agree and disagree with. Hopefully, some 9 years later, perhaps 15 if you include school board, hopefully the community is just a little bit better than what it was when I found it, simply because I had an opportunity to serve. There was really only one mandate that I could take a personal perspective and say I, and that was an oath and obligation, and simply raising my hand, being willing to serve this community. Where would I be without my faith and resolve in God? For it is truly in my faith that I best realize that God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies those He called. And it is in that instance that I am most humbled by everyone that I've had an opportunity to serve with up here. It is in that instance that I can look out to Gary and say, thank you. Thank you for keeping us on our toes and making us realize that the time that you take, details matter. And we salute you. And I thank you for wearing that lapel pin. And I thank you for the challenge coin that I got from you. We understand it. Nancy Berkeley, thank you. We go all the way back to school board. There were some days that I questioned whether I had what it took, because you were just so damn good. But it's been during the last 2 years that you were probably the voice of reason coming from the audience that sought to be the fairest, no matter what side of the political discussion we were having at that particular time. And I salute you for that, because you made me a better elected official. Janet, some years ago, you would give me that first copy, maybe I have two now, of West Hampton Township that pretty much chronicled our founding here from a historical perspective. And I thank you for that. And you would talk to me over the years, and you would even help me during campaign time. And I thank you. Bob, back there, thank you, sir. We would serve together. We would make some decisions together. Through it all, we advanced West Hampton Township. Linda, we've had an opportunity through school board, through PTA, PTO, And now we will share what is one of the most humbling yet awesome experiences, and that's to serve on this Township Committee. John, Gil, Chairman, I thank you all. At some point in time, you all made this job just a little bit easier. Not in the moments that we were agreeable, but in the moments that you helped propel not only me, but even some of my decisions as it relates to moving West Hampton Township forward. And it really gets no better than that. And just a little bit of we the people, that's what this union is supposed to be all about, to make it more perfect. Trish, to your children, we go back as well. Thank you for just always being a class act. Thank you for always accepting me. And it could not have been easy through some of the things that we go through as elected officials. Thank you for just always being a class act. There are many other people who are not here tonight. Given an opportunity, I'll see them in the streets and I will thank them. Doug, Fire Marshal Problems. I can go to social media and if nothing else, get a chuckle. But I know I can also get a reassuring feeling that if I walk into a building, if it's in West Hampton Township, it's safe to be in. And we thank you for that. Chief, Farnsworth, Sullivan. You mentioned earlier, we shared a lot, and I thank you. I thank you for your wise and sage counsel. There were times, even in class or outside of class, you made the difference. I don't have to repeat it here. Thank you. Parker, you knew.
You didn't know that.
But thank you. Thank you for the time that you've been here. You have many more miles to go. We're family here. Every day is not going to be easy. But I endeavor to think that here in West Hampton Township, we wake up with the intention today is going to be our best day. And we're going to make the most out of it. Joe, thank you for that moment when you said we're friends. Because it made me remember. I've always been a humble person, or at least tried to be humble from this perspective right here. I don't walk with the swagger of a mayor, but just thank you, because it got me to thinking. And we've been through a whole lot, and I so appreciate you. Mr. Solicitor, thank you, sir. I really appreciate you. You've been a calming force, sometimes in the middle of a storm. They say every storm has a needle, and that's where it's the calmest. And sometimes in our storms, you've been the calmest, and you've helped us through it. Thank you. Maria, thank you. Thank you for just your wise and sage counsel. I think there's been a time or two that we maybe even have dropped a tear or two. And through it all, we've made it. We've made it. I feel very comfortable transitioning, knowing that there are at least 3 members of this body and 2 great people that will be joining the 3 members that will be retained. And you will help them, and they will help you move West Hampton forward. Marion, thank you so much. Over the years, I think with you, you were always that person upstairs that always had those beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
And then you were a breeder, in fact. Through here, through Land Development Board, you've done your absolute best to make sure that I was where I needed to be. And the learning curve was a little bit easier because I had an opportunity to serve with you. And that's what has made it absolutely great. I know I took up a lot of time, but John, Abe, Maureen, Trish, thank you all. Thank you all. Perhaps,
Before he says anything else, does anybody else feel like we're in Oz and he's Dorothy?
no. Perhaps my greatest wish was the moment that we're experiencing right now. It could have always been like that. I said it earlier, and it was in my speech, and it's one of those things when magical things happen when no one cares who gets the credit. Sadly, but I understand because it's constitutional that every 3 years we go through well, every year in West Hampton Township, but our terms last 3 years. So something has to happen from a political perspective.
Did you?
But there are times that we have worked so well together that I wish that it could have been infinite. Because I think on our best days, we have laughed, we have joked, and I think it spilled over so much that if there was an opportunity to break bread, we would have even done that. And in this 2017, there was a reality where we, in fact, broke bread, and we were all in. That's all I have, and this will be the last rap of a gavel. To quote Frank, I did it my way, wasn't always the best way. Realities are reality, and as I wrap the gavel, I would also like to do something from a transitional standpoint, because I think that we're all adults here and understand. So as I wrap the gavel, I pass it along to the next mayor of West Hampton Township. Serve well. Serve people with pride and dignity. Thank you. We're adjourned.
Motion.
Second.
We're adjourned. Thank you.
Congratulations, Andre.